We are just hours away from some trick-or-treating where the candy will be flowing and overflowing.
Yes, so what do you do with all of that candy that your kids collect, or maybe you're handing it out, you have leftover candy, right? Well, we brought in the brilliant Victoria Wu from Cakes by Happy Eatery to show us just a few ideas here of what we can do for the whole season.
This is the fun time. This is where you take all your candies and your sweets and whatever around the house and just make something out of it.
Well, you can do that. We need the inspiration from you to know how to do that. Where would you start even this morning?
You know what? Start off with your mummy tarts. These are the apple tarts right here. And then you could just make them into like a mummy look to it. It adds some eyeballs to it. So that's your way to start off the Halloween day.
Wow. So that's just, I mean, if you do that at home, you just cut
just
up
take
the
pie
dough.
you could take pie crust or you could take puff pastries.
Okay.
And then, you know, just dice up and cook some apples in there and then take some of the puff pastries, and this is freehand. So there's no right or wrong, and all the mummies don't have to look alike. So you're good.
Put the eyes on.
That's it.
That
And you know
brings it to
what?
life.
And then in the morning, do the same thing. Make some Jell-O right there and get a brain mold, and that's what we did. A bloody brain with some worms coming out of it. So that is a great one to have too.
And
That
with the
is
leftover
cute.
worms, I mean,
Yes.
these are my husband's favorite. These are they're like sour
well
worms.
then that
right?
You may not
that
have any
dessert-
leftover.
We will have leftover. That's so
And
cool.
same thing,
Try
you
some
could
Jell-O.
absolutely try some Jell-O.
Get into the brain.
And you can always do like a cake also, and then we did the little hat right there with an ice cream cone right through there.
Oh, and then just put some fondant or whatnot
And you
around
could do
it?
fondant around it, and if not, you could just dunk it into, like, say, chocolate.
Chocolate, good
You could
idea.
do different things, and then again, add some of your different candies around, and that's really good.
How cute.
So you could do a lot of different things, and so maybe you have some pretzels laying around. You could do some pretzel fingers right there. So what we did was we dunked it into the green chocolate, and then with the little almonds for your fingers.
Those I think I could do.
That's an easy one.
Everything you've said today, that's the one.
You know what?
That we could.
Yeah. That's okay. The Halloween, the scarier, the better. How
Right.
about that?
The
That's
brains
true.
are
They-
delicious, by the way.
So are those like hot chocolate bombs that you have?
What we did was we still continue on to the cocoa bomb tradition, and then we did dark chocolate with the mummies on there, and then with the white chocolate we did bloody eyeballs.
Oh.
So again, like these are things that you have around, you know, or you can just create all sorts.
Start
and
to add
then
the scary to it.
And then sometimes during the day, just extract some of the candies and make some cookies within there.
I like how I have leftover, candy corn
Yeah.
at home. I'm like, what do
Okay,
we do
so
with
I
this?
did
The
it
Chex
as a
Mix is
little
gone.
horn. You could do them, if you flip it around, you could do it as fangs. And then that's Hershey's Kisses, like with the eyeballs. So I flip them upside down.
Those are Hershey's Kisses.
Those are Hershey's Kisses, like going upside down.
Wow.
And then I just took a little bit of chocolate and put it as an eyeball right through there.
Nice.
So I love that this, like, especially for Halloween, it can be a little not perfect. Because
Correct.
that's the whole
True.
point. But it's simple things that we know how to make. It's just adding those little bit of details.
Add the details. And again, if you have so much chocolate, just grind them down. Just put it as part of your batter for your cookies.
Okay.
And then this is something fun for adults and kids to do. Like these little epitaphs. If you take a look at the names, you kind of see the names a little bit.
See you later.
See you later.
I didn't get that one.
Just in pieces.
Huh.
What is that? Bury em deep.
Bury the alive.
Oh my gosh.
Here's another one.
I'm a goner.
goner.
Yeah.
Goner.
That's hilarious.
John Under.
Under.
Is that fondant
And
for
my
the-
remains. Yes.
for
So
my
all I did was I
remains.
did fondant pieces, and then just take an oval cutter and then just cut them there, and then just take a little edible ink and just write up on top.
This has got to be so fun for you. I know.
It
I mean,
is.
I know you
This time
love
of year.
doing this in general, but then I bet the holidays just kind of bring out that little extra creativity for you.
You know what? That's what it is. You know, for any of these holiday seasons, it's all about fun. It's all about bringing a smile to someone's face.
Yeah.
So it's taking what you have and create something with it.
And getting your brain so we know what
Right.
Yeah, so-
you never fail to surprise us, Victoria.
Brain power this
Every
morning.
time. Yes, that's what we're doing. We're
Yeah,
eating her
I'm
brains.
gonna have some more
Excellent.
brain. That's what I need today.
By the way, you can visit Victoria at Cakes by Happy Eatery in Manassas, Virginia. Stock up on the holiday treats. I know through this season, but all season long for the rest of the
Yes.
year. Great. Thank you for being
So
here.
we'll
Happy
see you.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Yes. All right.